India, good evening. The country is proud of the achievements of ISRO. India is now in the coveted club of the nations that have landed on the lunar surface. But even after achieving such a terrific feat, the politics of a naming of the landing spot is raging. Prime Minister Modi announced that the exact spot where lander Vikram landed on the lunar surface would be called Shiv Shakti, and that the landing spot of Chandrayaan 2 would be called Tiranga. The Prime Minister's announcement was met with scorn by opposition parties, with the Congress taking the lead in questioning and ridiculing the move.
आपके दर्शन करना चाहता था, आप सबको सैल्यूट करना चाहता था। सैल्यूट आपके परिश्रम को, सैल्यूट आपके धैर्य को, सैल्यूट आपकी लगन को, सैल्यूट आपकी जीवटता को, सैल्यूट आपके जज्बे को। जिस स्थान पर चंद्रयान 3 का मून लैंडर उतरा है, अब उस पॉइंट को शिव शक्ति के नाम से जाना जाएगा। 23 अगस्त को जब भारत ने चंद्रमा पर तिरंगा फहराया, उस दिन को अब हिंदुस्तान नेशनल स्पेस डे के रूप में मनाया जाएगा। जब हर वर्ष नेशनल स्पेस डे साइंस, टेक्नोलॉजी और इनोवेशन की स्पिरिट को सेलिब्रेट करेगा, हमें हमेशा हमेशा के लिए प्रेरित करता रहेगा।
बीजेपी और बीजेपी के नेताओं की आदत बन गई है कि वो कभी सड़कों के नाम बदलते हैं, कभी शहरों के नाम बदलते हैं, और अब वो चांद तक पहुंच गए। क्या चांद की उस धरती के मालिक हैं प्रधानमंत्री, जिसका वो नाम रख रहे हैं? कल को कोई दूसरा देश वहां पहुंचेगा, वो अपना नाम रखेगा। प्रधानमंत्री सिर्फ राजनीति कर रहे हैं, इसके अलावा कुछ नहीं कर रहे हैं। ऐसा लगता है कि इसरो प्रधानमंत्री चला रहे हैं, वो चंद्रयान प्रधानमंत्री लेकर गए हैं। इससे पता चलता है कि बीजेपी की क्या मानसिकता है।
All are proud Indians at this moment, and we are all a part of the success. If Digvijay ji is giving credit to Nehru for inception of ISRO, there is nothing bad in it. When something successful happens, there are always many visible hands and invisible hands. So if ISRO was founded by Nehru and that ISRO has done such a wonderful job, he also deserves a part of the credit.
कि चंद्रयान 3 की सफलता का श्रेय देश के महान वैज्ञानिकों को, इसरो की पूरी टीम को है। समाजवादी पार्टी पूरी टीम को बधाई भी देती है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी चंद्रयान 3 की सफलता का राजनीतिक लाभ लेना चाहती है, इसलिए तरह तरह की घोषणाएं कर रही है। लेकिन इसरो की टीम और महान वैज्ञानिक आने वाले दिनों में वो तय करेंगे कि उनको अंतरिक्ष में और कौन से कीर्तिमान बनाने हैं। भारतीय जनता पार्टी को बेरोजगारी और महंगाई में कीर्तिमान बनाने हैं, इसलिए वो लगातार महंगाई और बेरोजगारी पर काम नहीं कर रही है। इसलिए भाजपा को जो काम जनता ने सौंपा है, उसको भारतीय जनता पार्टी को पूरा करना चाहिए।
देखिए, ये सावन का महीना है और चांद भगवान शिव के मस्तक पर रहता है, और इसलिए प्रधानमंत्री जी ने उसको शिव और शक्ति, वास्तव में हमारे यहाँ विज्ञान शक्ति ही है, और शिव विज्ञान का आधार स्तंभ है। हमारे यहाँ कहते हैं कि कैलाश के ऊपर शिव बैठते हैं, तो कैलाश विज्ञान है, शिव उसके ऊपर बैठते हैं, इसलिए शिव शक्ति उसको कहा गया है। और मैं प्रधानमंत्री जी को धन्यवाद देता हूँ कि उनका सोच, उनका चिंतन, और जिस प्रकार साइंटिस्ट को उन्होंने प्रमोट किया है। 14 के बाद से इस देश का विज्ञान सारी दुनिया के अंदर लोहा ले रहा है सबसे, और लोगों ने मान लिया कि भारत के वैज्ञानिक दुनिया में किसी से कम नहीं है।
You heard the political war of words. Let's open this up. Tuhin Sinha, spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Vivek Bansal, leader of the Congress Party. Gentlemen, good evening. Mr. Bansal, your thoughts on the name of the sport where Chandrayaan 3's lander module Vikram landed? It's called Shiv Shakti.
Well, I have, when you talk about the naming of the sport as Shiv Shakti, no, I wouldn't oppose it tooth and nail, but I have my reservations. Reason being, you see, once we acknowledge the contribution of the scientists, and as our Prime Minister himself acknowledged and saluted and acknowledged the contribution of the scientists today going to the center, ISRO center, that was very good. But at the same time, so why not naming it in the by the name of Vikram Sarabhai, Satish Dhawan, if they have apathy or allergy to scientists working during the regime of Congress government, subsequent to or during their times, the scientists who have done pioneering work in this and making this Chandrayaan landing successful, I think if they could have named it by that name, it would have been wonderful. But as we see, you see, megalomania or something of this sort is there in this BJP that they want to engage.
No, Mr. Bansal, Mr. Bansal, allow me 1 minute, sir, 1 minute. Sir, usually, you know, I don't interrupt Mr. Bansal. I have great regards for you. I just want to ask you, sir, you use the word...
I'm floored by this statement of yours, but yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Bansal. I mean it. I truly mean it. You use the word megalomania. Now, sir, you would remember, do you know the name of the spot where Chandrayaan 1 landed?
Chandrayaan 1 landed, yeah, I don't, to be honest,
it's called Jawahar Point.
Jawahar Point, good enough,
yeah.
good enough, but it was...
And you know what Mr. Rashid Alvi is saying? Sir, just allow me to just finish this point. Rashid Alvi, senior Congress leader, he is saying, does Prime Minister Modi own ISRO? Does he own the moon? How can he name it like that?
No. Here I'll differ with Mr. Rashid Alvi. It is the unsaid norm or unsaid rule that whosoever is in the regime or in the seat of power, they have a sort of a prerogative of naming or...
No, Mr. Bansal, I'm glad you've taken that position. What I wanted to ask you is a straight question.
Let me just...
Is Shiv Shakti megalomania or Jawahar megalomania?
No. Neither of the two. I am referring to when you see that this Vallabhbhai Patel happens to be a very venerated leader of this country and goes all out to take their name. What happened in Ahmedabad Cricket Stadium? His name was removed and Mr. Narendra Modi's name. So I was referring to that. And what I'm saying is, why not pay, on the one hand, you are paying tribute to the scientists of this country, and we are proud of their achievements. But successive as there are visible hands.
Let me bring in Tuhin Sinha. Tuhin Sinha, megalomania is the charge.
Well, good evening, Pranesh. Good evening, everybody. By naming the landing spot of Chandrayaan 3 on moon as Shiv Shakti, Prime Minister Modi has sent a huge message to the world which the Congress party is incapable of comprehending. Number one, that India draws her scientific strength, scientific temperament from her core civilizational and spiritual values. Number two, that Shiv and Shakti complement each other, that the two are equal, and that it is the union of Shiv and Shakti that is the reason of all existence and all activity and success in the world today. You know, this is something which the Congress party would not be. Please don't intervene. Please have the courtesy and the manners, sir. You are blabbering throughout. I did not intervene, so please have that courtesy. Now, the Congress party cannot gather this. If the Congress had been in power today, they would have probably named the landing spot of Chandrayaan 2 and 3, Rahul spot and Priyanka spot. If Mamata Banerjee had been in power, probably she would have named it Rakesh Roshan spot. So be it. That is the difference between NDA and the Congress party. And I think this difference is visible to the entire world today. I'm asking a simple question to the Congress party today. If they were so enamored of Indian scientists, why did they not name the 2008 spot instead of Jawahar spot? Why? They could have named it Bhaskar, they could have named it Charak, they could have named it Sushrut. Are they even aware of these names? They cannot grow out of the Nehru-Gandhi family, which is the reason why the Congress party is where it is today.
Mr. Bansal.
To this, I would like to answer that since Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru initiated in 1962, which culminated in the establishment in 1967 of ISRO, that must have been the reason behind it. There was some logic in it that Pandit Nehru, who symbolized scientific temper of this country, who tried to spread the environment of scientific temperament, as at the same time encourage scientists and
Now,
went
Mr.
all
Bansal.
out.
But that
Went all
is
out. So that
Mr.
must have been
Bansal,
the reason.
I get
That must have been the reason.
I get the
But
spirit
again,
of the
I
argument,
would
sir. But 1 minute.
I would reiterate that scientists, it should have, had it been in the name of some scientists, it would have sent a very strong message, and in times to come, they would have further, got encouraged to make further doing pioneer works as far as space technology and is concerned. So that's my point of view. But I would say that they have all the right to name.
No, it's not about their right. Tell me, sir. No, 1 minute. No, Mr. Bansal, this is look, Mr. Bansal. Let's today for a moment, please rise above. Try and rise above politics, Mr. Bansal. You know, like I said, I have great regards for you. You are a reasonable man, sir. Can we not rise above politics? Rise to the occasion and just dedicate everything, all the praise and attention to the scientific community. Why are we getting into this ugly, bitter political war?
Definitely, scientific community needs to be hailed, needs to be acknowledged, and needs to be encouraged. And our entire country, you should have seen the general tenor of the country at the time when Chandrayaan landed. Everybody was in a euphoric state, and everybody acknowledged it, cutting across party lines. We as proud Indians, we all have been very proud that we have made a mark in the international community, and we are the fifth nation in the world who have successfully landed, ensured that a successful landing takes place there. So no two opinions. And as far as the prerogative, I again say I don't have very strong objection to that. But had they named it in the name of some eminent space scientist, that would have really sent a very strong message. Since our Prime Minister was saluting the scientists and acknowledging, that was very wonderful on his part. But this is my point of view.
Tuhin, final comments.
Well, the Congress has no idea what it talks nowadays. If it says, just that because ISRO was founded in the regime of Nehru, Chandrayaan 1 landing spot should have been named after Nehru. By that logic, we should have named Chandrayaan 3 landing spot as Atal spot. But our thinking is that India had a scientific temperament even 1,000 years ago. They have to think beyond Nehru. They have to go beyond the last 70 years. And we are going into the ancient civilization, which has, the core civilizational values, which has actually complemented our scientific temperament. If they understand this, they will not meet the electoral fate which they have been meeting for the last 10 decades. But they continue to be enamored by Nehru. They continue to be enamored by the...
Mr. Bansal, is it difficult to think beyond the Parivar?
Definitely not. I would beg to differ on that. It's not that the Parivar... Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru just doesn't denote the Parvar, he denotes the freedom struggle, he denotes whatever achievements or whatever the schemes, whatever the post-independence things were initiated. I think he was a pioneer in that, and he had a very far-sighted strategy as far as building up a modern India is concerned. He was a person who laid emphasis on scientific temperament and scientific attitude of bent of mind. So we have to acknowledge that he was not simply just you term it that you are not getting out of the fold of the Parvar. I don't think it's somehow misrepresenting the things or misrepresenting the sentiment or sidelining the contribution of that great personality of this country and a great freedom fighter, I would say.
Okay, let's see how this unfolds. I thank you both, Tuhin Sinha, Vivek Bansal. Always a pleasure to have you on Times Now. Taking a short break, viewers. News continues. Please stay with us.